Hello Eternum and welcome to KOTT News, Eternum's #1 source for news, and this is the War Report. No change in the dynamic of Eternum last night as the forces of Commit maintain control of the primary oil reserves in Weaver's Fen. KOTT News crew spoke with company leadership about the battle after their victory. Congratulations on your victory here in Weaver Fen, once again controlling the peat moss bog all to yourselves. You were able to hold them outside a fort for a good 17 minutes, but they did get down. But through diligent choke management, you hold out. 9 minutes in, they pushed, you push back. 6 minutes in, they push, you push back. 3 minutes in, they push, you push back. And in the final minutes, they push but ran out of time. Would you take us through how you're feeling about it right now?
Obviously, John, it feels really good. It's always really good to have a really even and fun war. Want to give a shout out to the Hideouts boys. Love them. But it was an absolutely fantastic war. A little bit, honestly, I think of a shot caller diff. I think Schmeck absolutely killed it out there. Made Franklin Lucas look a little silly, but, you know, it is what it is.
Oh, shots fired. Franklin Lucas, I happen to know, is a pretty good shot caller, my friend. I'm looking forward to see what happens between the two of them over the next coming weeks. Was there anybody else on your team that might have stood out in their performance tonight?
Honestly, the entire army did fantastic. Again, I do want to give a shout out to Schmeck for stepping in, doing a fantastic job on the shot calling, but the entire army played fantastic today, really locked it in after our loss in Reekwater.
Take that loss and turn it into a victory, learning what you need to learn and correcting your strategy for the remainder of the fights. Well, now that you continue to hold on to this central trade hub for the Eastern Corridor, what are your intentions for the hamlet and indeed the region?
Honestly, we're the swamp people. We're really trying to reclaim our second home in Reekwater, trying to make sure that we can stay the swamp people and keep everyone out of our swamp.
KOTT News would like to remind its subscribers and those who are about to be that the Season 1 Fellowship and Fire Pass will expire soon. Be sure to get as many bingos as you can and complete the journey if you have not yet done so. Turning to the weather for today, and once more the sun will continue to circle in Eternum that has been protected overnight by the Invasion Response Squad. But coastal storms along the eastern shores will break inland and bring with them an uprising of corruption invasion forces tonight across 30% of the island. 3 roster submissions for simulated fantasy combat resolution tonight. Brought to you by LARPco. Remember, if it isn't LARPco, it's cardboard. First up, the Covenant converts of OPR Esports ascend upon the syndicate members of O is for OPR for control of the northern observation posts of Morningdale. OPR Esports must have liked what they saw in the matchup 4 days ago to return and try again so soon tonight, attempting to resecure their Holy Land, abutting the northern Death Wall. But once more the Syndicate will fight to preserve the integrity of the observation posts, serving not only as long-range intel beyond the Death Wall, but also as early alert against invading corruption forces. Meanwhile, the Marauders of Dogged Down attack the legendary hero worshippers of Outcast for control of the arid desert region of Brimstone Sands. Fresh off their victory in Reekwater, the forces of Dogged Down seek to dry out the dampness in their gear scuffing around in the desert, and maybe, if they're lucky, taking a fresh bath afterwards. But the outcast legendary nomadic sun worshippers observed marauding armies crossing their landholdings in Ebonscale, so have prepared their armies for a double envelopment defense. Then, the zealots of Bloodgo Flu assault the marauders of Gorilla Town for Crown and Kingdom of the Western Monarch's Bluff. Nothing is known about this group of newcomers to the island, but with patents of nobility in hand, they march out to the bluff to assert their claim on the monarchy. But the forces of Gorilla Town do not take their defensive efforts lightly, and will maximize their training against any force that opposes them, known or not. Be sure to tune in for complete coverage and reactions from the citizens tonight at 11. Until then, this has been War Correspondent JChalant, KOTT News.